All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Too Easy Sports Betting. I'm Trice Too Easy, guys. If you're new here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, please, 5 seconds of your time, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment on the video. One of the best things you can do to support me and the channel. It helps me a lot, and I appreciate it. And lastly, if you want to join the Discord, it will be in the pinned comment and in the description of the video. We get in the bag over there. I've had a couple bad days in a row. Look, I lost 2 days in a row, guys. We're gonna review yesterday, man. It's been so ugly, just bad beat after hook after hook. But a couple bad days does not make up for 25 good ones. And if you should be up tons of money. But if you did join these last 2 days, I apologize, man. Can't win every day. What I'm realizing is, people want to win every single day, and I get it, but who doesn't, right? But if that was possible, everybody would be rich. The best cappers in the world, 53% win rate. Not counting parlays. So, I mean, sports betting is not easy, and you can't win every single day. That was not realistic. Have realistic expectations, join in Discord servers, join in sports betting communities, whether it's mine or somebody else's. You got to keep your expectations realistic, guys. And you want to look at a week, then you want to look at a month, and you want to look at a season, and then a year as a whole. It's not just get rich quick instant. It's a grind, man. You got to do this shit every single day. So, little disclaimer. Anyways, let's review yesterday. Then we're gonna go over the football game. Thank God football's here. It's been very good to me. Hopefully, I've gone ice cold, but hopefully football's good to me tonight. Got a few basketball props I'm gonna play. Before we get into that, let's review yesterday. And you might notice 4 fucking hooks on here. So Patrick Williams starts off first half, he had like 4 PRA. Comes out third quarter, gets like 12. He sits at 16 PRA until about 1.5 minutes left in the game, and then he goes over with a 3. He hits a 3 and cash it. He hit 2 threes fresh off of the half. Then he hit a 3 with like 1:20 to cook the play. It's just like fuck. Then even Kobe White sat at 26 for like the whole first quarter, so that was lucky. Trey Mann got his assist. Al Horford, 5 points in the first, 8.5. Doesn't come out the second half. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got hurt. I don't know what went on. Al Horford just had 8.5 and then decides he can't get it. Tyrese Halliburton was under. Game goes to overtime. He cashes it. Yankees, 5 in the first 3. Then there's not another point scored till like the 7th or the 8th. The Nerfy gets cooked by an Aaron Judge home run who's batting 180. Aaron Judge and Stanton batting 180 and both decide to wake up and hit home runs in the first. Like, listen, they're not bad plays. The reads are there. The Al Horford read was there. 5 in the first. Cooked 8.5. Doesn't get another bucket. Tyrese Halliburton, it's there. It's cashing. Goes into overtime. Cooks it. Pat Williams, fucking 4 PRA at half, comes out, hits 2 threes, splashes a third with 1.5 to hook it. Like, guys, shit like this happens. This is part of the game. This is part of sports betting. It just is what it is. 2-5, down 3. Gotta take the crookeds with the straights, man. You lose sometimes. It's just part of this gambling shit. If you can't handle losses, do something else with your free time. Find a different hobby. Mow lawns. You will never lose, only profit. All right, anyways, let's get into the football game. Let's talk about the props first. So let me get this pulled up. I got 2 props for the football game that I'm playing. First one is going to be Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions. Now, you guys might look at this and be like, what the fuck? He's only hit it twice. And that's fair and that's understandable. But with Stephon Diggs being out of the game, Tank Dell was already starting to get more action. As you can see, he went 7, got blanked versus the Packers, who have a lockdown corner on his ass. Then you go versus the Colts, he has 4 catches. Stephon Diggs contributes to a lot of catches a game. I think he's like 5, 6, 7 receptions a game. So with him missing, the ball has to go to other people. The Texans do not involve their tight end. Tank Dell is the best receiver they're going to have in the game. He's the best option. And when that ball is thrown to this boy, he catches it. He damn near, if that ball's thrown to him, he catches it every fucking time. So all he needs is 1 more reception while missing their wide receiver 1. I don't see any reason this can't hit. I like him all the way up to 7, 8 receptions tonight. I think he's the only target that gets thrown to Stroud has. So Tank Dell over 4.5. I'm on it. And next is Breece Hall over 29.5 receiving yards. This is another one where it's like a coin flip, right? You might look at it and be like, but it's 50-50. Why would you want to do this? This should be a pretty competitive, grindy out kind of game. I don't see the Jets getting too far behind. In these games where you see him having like really low receiving yards, this one he's versus the Broncos, lockdown defense all around. This game he almost hit it versus the Pats. Versus the Vikings, you're in a shootout. Where a game where you can play like a standard offense. 49ers hits, Titans hits, Buffalo hits, Pittsburgh hits, and the Texans have a very good defense, but they're not that great versus the run. So I think if Breece Hall can get in there and develop the run game, it should open up play actions and things of that nature, little screen passes, because they're going to try to probably plug the holes, because Breece Run should be running on them, because the Texans have a absolute lockdown defense, guys. You're going to be looking at the number 2 defense in the Texans and the 4th defense in the Jets. And when it comes to passing defense, you got the number 2 with the Jets and number 3 with the Texans. So passing is going to be pretty tough. It's going to be quick dump downs, which is another reason I like receptions a lot. But then for running defense, they're both kind of in the middle. So you can run the ball versus these teams, but passing is going to be tough. Enter Breece Hall, enter Joe Mixon for some of these dump downs, and then play action plays and screens. I think that's the only hope they have. So Breece Hall should get some receptions. It's just a matter of, does he move the ball after he gets them? But that's where I'm going to be at for those. Let's actually talk about the game here, though. Let me pull this up right here. Okay. So I'm going to be on the Texans money line, some type of Texans team total, some type of over in general. I'd lean something like this. A lot of people are going to look at these defenses and instantly lean under. Everybody's going to see the defense, but there's one key thing that stands out, and it's right here. If you go down to their red zone defense, Texans are 30th. Jets are 16th. You can score on these teams. So yeah, do they lock down defense? Absolutely. If you look at the defensive rankings for passing, Jets and Texans, 2nd and 3rd. So it's hard to pass the ball on these teams. You look at overall defense, Texans are 2nd, Jets are 4th, right? So I think people are like, oh, it's going to be low scoring. But if they develop the run, which you can run on these teams, if they move the ball, once they get to the red zone, they should score. It shouldn't be a field goal heavy game. It should be, we're in the red zone, we're scoring. So if they get there, if they get within that 10, it's a touchdown almost every time versus these teams. If you watch the football games, you know that like they don't do well when teams get to the red zone, they get it in. So I could see it going over. But let's just talk about the matchup straight up. There's not a chance. There's no world where you bet the Jets here. Yes, Stephon Diggs is out. That's fine. The Texans aren't even that big of a pass-heavy team. They run the ball. They run the ball. They run the ball. Joe Mixon put up 120 a fucking game. They tire you down. Then they do a pass every now and again. They're not a heavy pass team, and Stephon Diggs does not contribute to touchdowns. Man doesn't. I don't even think he has a touchdown. He gets his 80 yards. He does 70, 80 yards with 5, 6 catches. He contributes offensively, but not to the scoring. But besides the point, what I'm trying to say here is that Tank Dell, he's going to come in here, and I think he has a big opportunity to have a great game. The Texans are not missing like that big scorer who's going to help them win the game. They're just missing an offensive producer. It's fine. Tank Dell can step in, and he is a dog. And when he gets the ball thrown to him, he catches it. There is not a planet where you back these Jets today. Look at the offensive rankings. You have the Texans who are 9th, and you have the Jets who are 24th. The Jets are terrible. 2-6 for the year so far. They just don't look good. The only thing they have going is a defense. Doesn't matter. The Texans have only scored less than 21 times this season. I can't find any way to get to the Jets. What is it that they're going to do? Pass the ball? We've seen them versus god-awful pass defenses and struggle. Devonta Adams hasn't done much either. I don't know what we're expecting here. You can't pass on the Texans anyways. They're locked down. The only hope they have is running the ball. Breece Hall's been terrible. Breece Hall hasn't done hardly anything. Look at this dude's stats. If you look at Breece Hall, he has 18. Let's just show it as a whole so you guys see what I'm saying. 16 carries, 80 yards. That was solid. 12 carries, 38, 18, 113, 9 carries, 23, 10 carries, and 4. He's had one super standout game, and then he did okay versus the Patriots. Versus any competent team, he's done terrible. The Steelers shut him out. They're a good team. The Vikings shut him out. They're a good team. The Broncos shut him out. They're not even good, but their defense is incredible. He doesn't move the ball on good defense. He's going to run into a Texans defense today who's very good, and he doesn't put up many yards anyways. They can't pass on the Texans. You just saw that no team's really throwing on them. I don't know any possible way to get to the Jets. If you think Stephon Diggs is contributing, is just going to completely cripple this offense, I don't see how. There's other players who can step up, hungry young guys who want chances. Now Tank Dell's going to be wide receiver 1. He catches everything. He's really good. He fills the spot just fine. I don't think Stephon Diggs' shoes are too big to be filled, especially when you got a guy like Tank Dell out there. And on top of that, what's his name? Layman, the fucking Jets receivers hurt as well. Not Damian Lillard. What the fuck? Who am I thinking of? The Jets have a receiver out, one of their key guys. Anyways, Jets have a key guy out too, so it offsets. There's just no chance I'm on the Jets. Texans have an offensive advantage, a defensive advantage, and they're just a better team. Don't overthink yourself into a Jets bet. They suck. They're terrible. Why would you ever want to back this team? Even if they win, shit happens, but why would you want to back them when you have the Texans at plus money? It's just not logical. I'm on the Texans, okay? My actual plays, though, for football, I played this. I played the Texans money line. I took Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions, and I took Breece Hall over 29.5 receiving yards. That's where I'm at. I like these plays a lot. We'll see what happens. Next, let's get into the NBA today, guys. And we're going to start with Klay Thompson over 14.5. Obviously, I bet him on the 29th. He had 7 points. Cooked the parlay. I needed 15 out of him. We would have cashed big. Missed. I not only been getting hooked on all my straights, I've been getting hooked on all my parlays. Yeah, I don't see this happening again. Kyrie just had a fucking insane night that night. He popped off, went crazy. So Klay didn't do much. It was Kyrie. Luka didn't even do much. It was all Kyrie. That said, it's a bounce back game for him today. The Rockets are terrible. I think Klay comes out here and just chucks up threes constantly. I think he gets probably 20 points tonight. I have him on a 20-point parlay. Him with Damian Lillard at 30. I think that there's a really good chance of hitting, and the odds were huge. But anyways, yeah, 15 points for Klay should be doable tonight. I don't think he has 2 games like this in a row. I really don't. I don't think Kyrie pops off like that twice in a row either, which opens up the floor. And versus a shit team like the Rockets, I think he just sits on that 3-point line and just goes crazy. Next, Damian Lillard, points and rebounds over 28.5. He's been fucking killing this line tonight. And these Nets look good now, so don't let this fool you. The Nets look good. They've been balling. But now, I mean, you saw what he did versus the Celtics, what he's done versus the Bulls, what he's done versus 76ers. Tonight, he's going to be versus the Grizzlies, who they're very good. Don't get me wrong. I think they're very solid. But I think Damian Lillard balls out tonight. I think I just think they have a competitive game. I think they go back and forth and really try to make something shake tonight. I see it being a competitive, close game, and I like Damian Lillard to really show his ass tonight and pop out. Next, Kyrie Irving. Under 23.5 points. Now, hear me out. I get it. He's coming off that game right here where basically Luka didn't do nothing, Kyrie didn't do nothing, Luka and what was I just talking about? Klay didn't do anything, and Kyrie Irving took over the game. I don't see this happening back-to-back, guys. Like, no shot. I absolutely don't see this happening back-to-back. I'm going to say that he had this one good game and now he cools off and comes back to reality. Maybe not, but he's hit it 3 times this season. He just got that good game here. Tonight, I think is more so of a Luka and a Klay spot. So I'm going to take Kyrie on the back end to kind of cool down a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to stay away from Kyrie here and take his under. Next, Terrence Mann. I'm on over 2.5 boards. I mean, really not much to say here. He's versus what the fuck am I trying to say? The Suns are terrible versus his position with rebounds, guys. 22nd in the league. They give up 8 per game. And to me, over 2.5 is just too low. He's been rebounding really well. Sure, he only had 1 versus the Warriors. It happens. Tonight, I think he gets it, though. I'll be on it over 2.5 boards. Minus 115 is a great price. And lastly, James Harden. I'm on under 23.5 points tonight. The Suns going to try to lock his ass up, man. I think they're going to be very competitive and be all over him. So I think he's going to be trying, but I think he plays more of a assist role today, facilitating the game, get some boards, get some assists. But I don't see the points tonight. He's only hit it once. I know he hit it versus the Suns the first game, which is another reason why this game I think he goes under. You might see us and go, oh, he got it versus the Suns. I should bet it's over. But the thing is, if he got it versus them once in overtime, mind you, I think they're going to be all over him tonight. The coach is going to be saying, you have to stop Harden. You need to D the fuck Harden. Be aggressive with him. Force him to take bad shots. This is going to be a key focal point of the defense as a whole and the strategy to win the game. So I think he has a rough night where he's passing and facilitating the ball. Okay. Those are my plays, guys. Let me show you guys, for those of you who like to copy the screen. Let me go to here. Let me switch to NBA. These are the plays. Damian Lillard over 28.5 points and rebounds. Kyrie Irving under 23.5 points. Klay Thompson over 14.5 points. James Harden under 23.5 points. And Terrence Mann over 2.5 rebounds. Those are my plays for basketball. There's 5 of those. These are the plays for football. There's 3 of those. Got a few, quite a bit of parlays posted in the Discord. Again, if you want to join, description and in the pinned comment. Let's get out of here. Let's get a bag today, and let's crack these folks.